What's up guys? We're here in Sarajevo, and in this video, we're going to show you our top things to do here. So hope you enjoy it. Sarajevo is located in the heart of Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's the fascinating capital city of the country, where east meets west. This is because throughout its history, Sarajevo has been a crossroads of civilizations and empires, resulting in a blend of Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian architecture as well as traditions. In this video, we highlight 10 of the best things to do in and around Sarajevo. Now let's dive in. We are Zach and Ina. We make helpful videos about destinations around the world so you can easily plan your own adventures. One of the best ways to experience Sarajevo is by sampling its unique cuisine. Characterized by a mix of Mediterranean and Central European dishes heavily influenced by Turkish cuisine, the food here is a must-try. Classics include cevapi, or grilled minced meat, burek, which is a pastry filled with meat, and traditional soup, also called chorba. We explored this flavorful cuisine on a food tour, during which we were also introduced to Bosnian coffee, baklava made with pistachios, kadayif, and a refreshing corn-based drink. You can find a link to the same tour that we did in the description below the video. Located on top of a hill overlooking Sarajevo, the Yellow Fortress offers some of the best panoramic views of the city. This historic fortification is very popular at sunset, with visitors sitting on its ramparts. Thus, it's best to arrive early to secure a prime spot. The fortress is a short but steep walk from the Old Town, making it easily accessible. At the time of our visit, it was also free of charge. On the outskirts of Sarajevo, Bosna Spring offers a peaceful escape into nature. This expansive park is nestled along the Bosna River and boasts lush greenery, crystal clear waters, and picturesque walking trails with wooden bridges. It's a popular gathering place for locals and tourists alike. At the time of our visit, the park charged a small entrance fee. If you're coming from the city center, you can either drive your own car, take a taxi, or take the tram number 3 to the neighboring town of Luge. You can easily walk or take a horse ride along the tree-lined promenade to the main entrance. Soaring high above Sarajevo, Mount Trebević offers some of the most elevated views of the city and surrounding landscapes. To reach the summit, you'll need to take a cable car, and the station can be found a short walk away from Sarajevo's Old Town. The ride to the top is very scenic, with nature and city views the whole way up. Once at the summit, you can explore hiking trails or simply relax and soak in the beautiful scenery. Our favorite view was from the Sarajevo viewpoint, which is just to the east of the cable car station.
From the top of the cable car, it's a 10-minute walk to the bobsleigh tracks, so you can easily combine both activities.
Located on the slopes of Mount Trebević, you can find the abandoned bobsleigh and luge track from the 1984 Winter Olympics. This iconic landmark is now covered in graffiti and has been partially reclaimed by nature. You can walk on the tracks and explore its twists and turns while imagining the thrill of Olympic athletes who once competed here. If you're looking for some more action, head to the nearby Sunnyland, as they have a 600-meter long alpine coaster that you can actually take a ride on. Diving into Sarajevo's recent history is a moving but essential experience. There are a number of museums that are dedicated to war and conflict, each with a unique focus. We visited Gallery 110795, a memorial dedicated to the victims of the Srebrenica genocide, one of the darkest chapters in recent European history. More specifically, in July 1995, over 8,000 Bosniaks were killed in and around the town of Srebrenica, which had been declared a UN safe area at the time. In the museum, you can find a collection of photographs, personal belongings, and documentary evidence which showcases these horrors. Other museums in town also provide further insights into this complex history, such as the Crimes Against Humanity and Genocide 1992 to 1995 exhibition, the Siege of Sarajevo Museum, and the War Childhood Museum. Sarajevo has a religious diversity that shapes the city's character and everyday life. It's a place where the call to prayer blends with church bells, and a walk through the old town quickly reveals this contrast. Visit the Gazi Husrev Beg Mosque, a masterpiece of Ottoman architecture which stands out as a symbol of Islamic heritage. You can also explore the Orthodox church nearby, with its beautifully decorated interior. And walking through the neo-Gothic Sacred Heart Cathedral is also a must. On the outside of this cathedral, you can also see remnants of shelling that happened during the war. Finally, the old synagogue, which is now the Museum of the Jews of Bosnia and Herzegovina, tells the story of the country's Jewish community. Sarajevo's Old Town offers an interesting mix of history, architecture, and cultural delights. Wander its cobblestone streets and take in some of the most important sights of the city. These include the iconic Latin Bridge, the Grand Emperor's Mosque, the elegant Sarajevo City Hall, the Eternal Flame, and the Ottoman-style wooden fountain. You can also find the exact location where Franz Ferdinand was assassinated, which is one of the sparks that ignited the First World War. If you truly want to dive into the history of the city and these sites, we recommend going on a guided walking tour. Find a link to the 3-hour tour that we joined in the description below the video. Sarajevo can get pretty hot in the summer, but luckily there's a lot of historic water fountains scattered throughout the city, so definitely recommend bringing a reusable water bottle when you visit. Baščaršija is the heart of Sarajevo's old town, and walking around here feels like traveling back in time. This historic bazaar is a labyrinth of cobblestone streets, lined with Ottoman-era architecture, mosques, and traditional craft shops. It's a sensory overload, with the aroma of freshly brewed Bosnian coffee mingling with sights of colorful textiles. Don't miss the food street and the coppersmith shops lining one of the oldest streets in the city. Located beneath a seemingly ordinary house near Sarajevo Airport, the Tunnel Museum is a reminder of the city's resilience during the Bosnian War. During the siege of Sarajevo, an 800-meter-long tunnel served as a lifeline, providing a route for food, supplies, and people to enter and exit from. Today, the house with the tunnel has been transformed into a museum. Exhibits showcase a collection of wartime artifacts, photographs, and documents that portray the challenges faced by the city's residents. You can also watch a documentary film about the war and take a look at the original tunnel. Right next to it, there's also a replica tunnel that you can actually pass through. While Sarajevo is undeniably fascinating, a day trip beyond the city allows you to take in the full beauty and diversity of Bosnia and Herzegovina. If your time is limited, consider venturing out to experience the country's stunning landscapes and charming towns. For hiking and fresh mountain air, head to Lukomir. But for picturesque towns, choose the popular Mostar and Konjic route, or the historic Jajce and Travnik route. You can find some tour options from Sarajevo to these places in the description below the video. And if you're planning your Bosnia and Herzegovina trip, we recommend keeping things organized with our interactive travel planner. We also included other important links in the description that will help you with your Sarajevo experience, such as an interactive map so you can get to each place that we mentioned. We'll catch you on the next adventure.